Hello, my name is Emmett Swan, and I am the writer, director, and an actor in the upcoming feature-length Scream fan film titled Now You Scream. I'm confident that with your backing to our Kickstarter campaign and your kind support, together we can create something that Scream fans all over the world will come to enjoy. Let me start by explaining how this all came together. I've always loved the Scream movies. Well, not always. There's this picture of me when I was about 8 years old, and my cousin had a ghost face costume on with a bleeding mask, and for whatever reason I couldn't handle it and cried the whole time. But regardless of that, the Scream franchise is one of my favorite franchises in all of the horror films. I love the way that it mixes the concepts of horror and makes fun of tropes, makes fun of itself, and adds just comedic aspects to it that lighten the mood. I had mentioned the Scream movies to a friend of mine, and he too got hooked on them. So we started watching them, and we just started talking about all these ideas that we had for our own, and eventually we just decided to go on ahead and make it happen. So for a couple months now, we've been non-stop working hard, writing up a script, revising it, planning, preparing, and learning everything we can about movie making to help prepare us for this film. And here we are now, asking others to help us achieve our goal, funding and creating this project that we love and are so dedicated to. The story follows a teenage girl named Julia who is attending her senior year of high school. 6 months before the events of the film, Julia and her friend Sarah were subjects of several attacks in the town of Woodsboro. Having uncovered a teen couple from their school was masquerading as Ghostface and targeting them, they narrowly escaped with their lives by killing the two in self-defense. Wanting to start normal lives, Julia's mother moves the two of them to Louisville, far from where the killings occurred. They carry on with their normal lives as best they can and make a slew of new friends, but towards the end of the school year, strange things seem to be unfolding again. A series of new murders begin, and everyone is a suspect. An abusive dad, a traumatized friend, an ex-boyfriend, a creepy teen, a horror fanatic, a mysterious sheriff, a secretive mother, and many, many more, all come under suspicion. So many suspects, so many motives. But who is the latest killer to be called Ghostface? Now, there's a lot more to that than I touched on, but I don't want to spoil anything. There's a lot that uncovers, and it's fully fleshed out, but I don't want to give you anything before you watch the film. So I want you to have your first impression of the film beyond this description as you watch it and as it all unfolds. Now, the person I'm currently in talks with on playing the role of Julia was actually in the 2017 horror comedy movie Tragedy Girls and worked with Marvel's Brianna Hildebrand and Scream's very own Jack Quaid. Now that you've been given a taste of the plot, let's get into the nitty-gritty of the timeline and where we think we are with the film. We prepared to start shooting on May of 2023. Summer is generally the best time for everyone to commit to a filming schedule, and it's also the perfect season to shoot the movie at the end of a school semester. We will have approximately 15 months, and have already been using that time, to get everything together and get people casted and ready to shoot. Editing will then take place after that, leading up to a planned release date of Halloween 2023. If for some reason we miss that deadline, we're going to push the release date back to the 20th of December 2023, which marks the 27th anniversary of the original Scream film. Now to get into the film's technicalities. We plan to shoot using a Sony a6300 camera, which I'm currently using to shoot this right now. And I'm going to pair that with a Sarui 50mm anamorphic lens. This lens, paired with this camera, will produce a brilliant 6K downscaled into a 4K resolution footage with a cinematic widescreen effect. There are loads of gear filmmakers use to achieve a professional and cinematic look, and you can never truly have too many tools at your disposal. However, with the limits of this production, we're going to use a just enough budget, bare bones approach to things. So this includes purchasing what we will need and using our creativity and ingenuity to adapt and improvise to any issues we might see. We will focus on milking the most out of what we have, as many amateur filmmakers do, and we will refine our techniques so that we are aware of our limitations and can cope with them. Our initial fundraising goal is set at $5,000, and we feel this is a reasonable amount that will enable the success of this film. The list of gear I have researched and accumulated for the project is estimated to be about $2,600. The wardrobing for all of the characters, and of course for Ghostface, will cost around $1,000. Props are estimated at around $500, and location fees are going to vary depending on where we decide to film, but we're expecting around $500 for that as well. That leaves us with about $500, which will go towards paying the actors for their hard work. Something else to mention is that this is a fan film. So because we're using materials from the movies that are copyrighted, like Ghostface himself, there is no monetization of this film. When we release it for free on YouTube, there is no way that we can monetize it, and we do not gain any individual profit from doing this. I would like to wrap this up by asking you to please consider donating to our Kickstarter campaign and help us fund this passion project of mine and so many others and make this dream a reality. Our Kickstarter offers several reward tiers for our backers. These include film credits, a signed screenplay, a movie poster, a t-shirt, both with custom art, a role as a walk-on extra, and credit as an executive producer for the film. Please feel free to donate any amount that you can. Literally anything is a big help for us. And feel free to ask us any questions or give us any suggestions that you might have. Regardless of if you donate or not, thank you so much for listening to this and watching this full video. I really do appreciate just your interest in the film. If you would like to follow us along for constant updates, we have a website and we have all these social media links that you can click on and follow us on there, because we'll be posting updates on anything production related, crew related, and otherwise. But regardless, thank you so much for your time and watching this, and have a great day.